Man, I haven't been on a plane in a while.
Me neither. Can you believe I missed the airplane food?
No way.
Yeah, and now I'm having some. I don't know if I can miss it ever again.
Ha! Hey, have you noticed that that woman over there has been staring at us?
Yeah, she's been doing that for a while. And I know this is going to sound weird, but she kind of looks like she could be your twin.
Yeah, okay, what? Is she one of my doppelgangers now?
That would be hilarious.
Right? But hey, I'm a dude, so... My God! The top half of her body just...
Yes, it did. And not all Michael Chans are dudes.
Uh-oh.
Michael!
The nearest mask. Place over your nose and mouth. Adjust the headband and breathe north. Attend to yourself.
So, Michael, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, Alex. I'm feeling great. Still D-list actor. Still aspiring to be a C-list actor. And my last name is still Chan. Michael Chan. And you are?
I am the bearded one, Alex Blackburn.
Do you always have to remind me that I can't grow a beard, buddy? Like every episode, you bring up your glorious, beautiful, sexy, manly beard. I'm sitting here with my Asian genes that don't allow me to grow anything.
My
fair,
wife,
man.
my wife donate after she grows a certain amount of hair, she cuts it off and donates it for wigs for children.
Oh, that's nice.
Maybe I could, when my beard gets a little bit longer, I can cut it. I'll send it to you in the post.
Oh my God. That'll be creepy. I'm just gonna not think it's from you and think it's from one of my doppelgangers. Or I'll think they have murdered you, and that's like the little warning message is like, look what we did to Alex Blackburn.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to kind of get started and talk about a couple of films that you've seen. One of our horror fans, Alyssa, and a little shout out to Alyssa, we'll tag her in this episode. She's a huge horror fan. She got horror tattoos all over. She's a great character, and she's recommended this film as well. And it's called Willy's Wonderland. Can you tell me about that?
Willy's Wonderland. It's a Nicolas Cage movie. Really, I can just stop there. Because most people, as soon as you say Nicolas Cage movie, it's like, okay, I know what this is. No, but it's like, have you ever played Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes.
Okay. So it's kind of like that. You have this Chuck E. Cheese-like place, and Nicolas Cage, I don't want to spoil too much, ends up there for a reason and ends up battling those things.
Oh, wow. I heard something about he's got no lines of dialogue. Is that correct?
He doesn't speak. The entire movie, he does not speak, and that is impressive. It is Nicolas Cage at his most Nicolas Cage without being full Nicolas. It's weird. It's because you expect Nicolas Cage to talk. You expect him to go absolutely bonkers, but he's able to channel all of that Nicolas Cage into no lines. It's a sight to behold. I love that movie. Like, it is so much fun, and just watching him go crazy without lines is glorious. It is glorious. It's a must see.
I think a lot of people forget how good an actor Nicolas Cage is.
He is. He's an absolutely phenomenal actor who's just willing to essentially do anything and go to any crazy lengths as long as he's, I guess, having fun. And it's something I aspire to do too. Like, I literally don't I'd have very few restrictions when it comes to how crazy a film can get that I want to be in. Like I'm willing to go anywhere. It's just that most people don't see me as that, right? Everyone sees me as the dad, and right now in my community I'm like the Asian dad, right? That's what I'm known as. If any of you producers out there are thinking of doing some crazy wild movie and you want like some Asian dude who can channel his own Nicolas Cage, but you know, making my own, book me. We'll see what insanity we can make.
And before we continue on Willy's Wonderland, I'd like to plug your Christmas movie. Can you tell me the title and the brief?
My Christmas? Oh, you mean the one that's on the GAC, Great American Channels, or Great American Country? It's called Angel Falls Christmas, and I play a doctor. It is not a horror. It is a cheesy but super fun and sweet Christmas movie. It also stars my good friend Samora Smallwood. She is a phenomenal actor who's also in Star Trek. She's Lieutenant Amin in Star Trek Discovery. She's on Pike's Enterprise, and hopefully we'll be seeing her in Strange New Worlds as well. But yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
But it's a Jessica Lowndes and Chad Michael Murray film. Those are the two main stars, and Samora plays Jessica's best friend in that, and I play, like I said, a doctor. I'm Dr. Chan. Great last name. Dr. Chan is a co-worker of the main character.
I've tried to find a place to watch it in the UK, and I'm only being pointed towards streaming sites, and I don't want to do that. Illegal streaming sites.
Yeah.
I'm happy to purchase it, but it's not on iTunes, or it's obviously on a,
I don't know if you want to, call this a horror story. I don't think it is, but essentially, Hallmark used to dominate the Christmas movie market, right? I know Netflix is pushing into it, Lifetime is pushing, Hulu is pushing, everyone's pushing their Christmas movies, and honestly, the more cheesy Christmas movies, the better. But here's the thing, GAC is a brand new channel. They just started actually with another film back in the fall starring Jessica Lowndes and Chad Michael Murray. I forgot the name of it at this moment, but yeah, they started their run with one of their films, and now they're pushing their own Christmas movies, and they're going up against Hallmark, and it's like a Christmas movie war.
Yeah.
And it might be a horror story for Hallmark, because if GAC kicks their butt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or it could be a horror story for GAC, because they'll start and then flounder and not do, I don't know. I want everyone to succeed, but
yeah, I can appreciate that, because I was living a bit of a horror story today. I won't go into too much detail, but in terms it involves people breaking COVID related rules inside a building. No. That's all I'll say on that. And with this being the anniversary of me being in hospital with COVID pneumonia, that wasn't to my liking. But that's for another time and another podcast.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
What do you call an anti-vaxxer disguised as their ex-wife's nanny?
I don't know.
Mrs. Doubtpfizer.
We can end the episode there. That's fantastic. No, we can't. I might cut that and put it at the end. So you mentioned, I think it was a little bit earlier today. I saw it. I think it was on your Facebook, and it was kind of crazy. And if anyone's a friend of Michael's on Facebook, you get a real insight into his brain. It's like how I envisage the inside of Robin Williams' head.
Oh my god!
In terms of crazy. But I saw this image of Chainsaw Man. What is that?
Oh my god! It's a manga I just found out about. Mind you, it's been here since 2018. It's by Tatsuki Fujimoto. Currently it's just manga. There's no anime yet, but it has been announced, and it is nuts. It's about this boy whose dad is like working for the Yakuza, and then owes or was he working for the, I'm not far enough to know exactly what but basically owes a lot of money to the Yakuza, And so the Yakuza end up using this boy to, I guess, make up his dad's debt after his dad kills himself. So this boy has like befriends a little devils and starts using this chainsaw devil to kill other devils, because that in this world there are demons, right? And if you kill them, you can make money off of killing them. He ends up getting in trouble, and the demon, the little devil, cute little chainsaw devil, ends up saving him, enters him, and then he becomes Chainsaw Man and now has to fight devils as Chainsaw Man. I consider it horror. This is a horror manga. There's like a ton, like one of the first bad guys he comes up against is like the zombie devil. Like he turns people into zombies, and it's like grotesque and it's just gory as hell. And yeah, like the battle is just insane. But I love it. Like the art style is right up my alley. It's like crazy and spastic. The main character is a little simplistic, but I think it's on purpose because, you know, he was plucked away from his life as a teenager. Like, can you imagine growing up basically without any education and just basically killing things to survive, right? To pay off a debt, and that's your entire life. You would still be a pretty, I guess, teenage-like person when you're older, right?
Yeah,
But
that sounds great.
I can foresee, I'm hoping that he will kind of grow, because he gets taken in eventually. Like he starts working for people who are devil hunters and stuff, and it's just it's fun. It's so much fun. And I was just really scratching that horror comics / manga itch that I have right now.
Did you have you got that? Is it on an iPad or is it paper?
Well, okay, so it is available as as paperbacks, as volumes. I actually originally saw it at Chapters Indigo, which is like our main bookstore monopoly brand, whatever, over here. And because the art was so just eye-catching and it just piqued my interest, I went online, and then because I have the app Comixology, I found like the volumes are all like $6.99 there. That's American dollars, so it translates to about $8 or $9 Canadian, which is really cheap for an entire volume of manga.
That's actually really good in UK money as well.
Yeah, so I know it's digital, so it's not physical, but like honestly, I don't need that much clutter in my life, so I'm happy with the digital.
Tell me about it.
I have too much stuff.
If you saw the third bedroom, which is part of the extension, or no, we became available to turn into a bedroom downstairs. It used to be the dining room. The room has got stuff from my youth and my collecting habits, and it looks like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's how it looks, and you can barely walk in this room.
Oh my god!
And I have to clear most of it, but in the next 2 weeks because we have family staying. So yeah,
we have until Sunday to clear a lot of our basement, which is just massive amounts of clutter, because we have to move stuff around.
Yeah,
and we have movers coming in to help too. So yeah, it's gonna be nuts. Digitally, it's really it's a good price, and like I said, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. If you want like thought-provoking stuff, this is not it. This is I am having a ton of fun, and I love horror type of manga to read.
That sounds amazing. So Chainsaw Man, we'll put a link in the show notes for that, and it'll be like a clickable link within the podcast as well. Just before we kind of possibly go back to Willy's Wonderland, I've got a recommendation of my own, and it's a horror book or a series of short stories. Basically, it's a series of short letters I may have mentioned before. It's called the Screwtape Letters. Have you ever heard of this?
No, I haven't.
The Screwtape Letters are from C.S. Lewis, and C.S. Lewis's most famous series of books are The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, and those series of books. So they're, a massive writer, and C.S. Lewis stands for Charles Stapleton, by the way. That's what the CS stands for. So the Screwtape Letters, I won't look. I've just brought up the cover for it, and I have a copy somewhere. It's about the devil. And there are a series of letters, the entire book, about the devil telling his son, Screwtape, how to coerce people to the dark side. And it's a really sinister kind of insight, and it would it work as a film or a TV show? I'm not sure, but It's a wonderful, wonderful book, and it's showing how broken some people's morals are, and saying, "Oh, this is already working on Earth. This is how people are turning corrupt, and how people are treating each other, whether it's due to their race or creed." It's really fascinating series of letters. It's really well written, and yeah, it's very sinister.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, the Screw Tape letters. So the Devil's Son's called Screw Tape, but it's a great book. Great book. What's the, just on a little side note, what's the manga horror that has that demon person that has penises for hands, penises everywhere?
Oh my god, I don't even remember.
Right, I need to look at that before
Now
I move on.
Now I have, you're gonna like screw up my search, right? Like, okay,
Penis
so
hands.
manga, penis, hands, manga, penis, hands. No,
Maybe this is like
Mr.
maybe this
Penis
is-
Handsman. What?
Oh god.
What am I looking? Oh my god!
You know, I
Ew.
just found.
What are you doing? Dick Fight Island? What am I? No!
I just googled on UK
Panties
Google.
with hands and penis. What is going on? No!
I just googled penis hands manga, and I found a manual about castration. It says castration manual, hands on, dick off.
God. 12 days of anime. Number 8. My gateway drug was a dick hand. What am I? What rabbit hole? Is it Parasite?
Oh my god.
Is it Parasite? The one where these aliens can take over people and then they transform?
Yeah.
Is it that?
You know what? I'm going there. I'm clicking on one of these links. Jesus. This is horrendous. She's kicking him in the balls with her high heels. That's terrible.
God, no. What is there's a penis on this guy's forehead? Springy stick growing. What? No, this is a hentai. No,
Yeah.
dude,
that's-
I'm giving up because my search. I'm so going to get like targeted ads now.
So bye.
Like,
Okay, let's
can
I'm
we
gonna-
not? This episode is now really strange, and it's everybody else's horse. Like, just
Yeah.
listening to this, people are just going to be like, "What is wrong with these two?"
Oh my god. Oh my. Yeah. Okay. What I'll do is I'll go back to the person that recommended
Can we just
it.
talk about either Willy's Wonderland or Ian Rayburn's film I watched?
Right,
Please.
I'm gonna make my little. I'm gonna scratch through my notes. That's Chainsaw Man done. That's
Chainsaw Man and now Dick Hands. Okay.
Is that the
All
episode?
right.
Is that the episode title?
What, Dick Hands? Can we have like D and then a bunch of like censored symbols and hands?
Just imagine the potential poster art.
No! Do you think there's a Michael Chen doppelganger with Dick?
There is now, mate, in the multiverse.
Can you imagine like him trying to fight me, and it's like the whole idea is that this Michael
my
Chan is
God.
just trying to screw me.
This is the best search ever because it's like a mistranslated thing as well. It's just I've got some wonderful. You know, this is a source of entertainment. So we'll be going back
God.
to Dick Hands at some point.
Oh my god!
Okay, let's scrub that. Let's scrub that. I will find the recommendation someone was telling me about and actually talk about that manga. It's a
Is this
horror
what
manga.
happens when I get you too late at night, Alex? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
No, I apologize. I have to put my kid to bed.
When I've gone through a bout of PTSD and filming an event and a lack of sleep and a burst of sugar and eating half a banana, this is what you get.
Eating half a banana, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I do with the other half.
That's just innuendo right there. Okay, Ian Rayburn, you made a short film, and I want to talk about it before we potentially go back to Willy's Wonderland, which I don't see happening. But sure, Ian, And Alex, the name of the film is
My Friend Wally.
My Friend Wally. Okay, thank you, first of all, Ian Rayburn, for giving us the opportunity to see your new film. That it's on the festival circuit now, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's kind of a need to know if you can see it, you're lucky kind of thing.
Yes. This is what I'm going to say. This is, to me, not usual Ian Rayburn fare. After the mind screwing that you gave me when you had Jessica and I judge experimental films at the Isolation Film Festival, I thought I could handle more experimental films. What I didn't expect was that Ian's film would mess with my mind so badly that I felt like I had just taken magic mushrooms. All I'm gonna say, I did not like it, but I also found that it was if I don't know if he meant for it to be an experimental film, but it reminds me of the kind of stuff that when I go to modern art museums in different cities, because I actually like doing that. Every time I go to, like, I travel, I try to find a modern art museum because I'm curious about what people think is modern art in different places. And this honestly felt like something that I would see in Montreal in their modern art museum, because holy moly, they have a lot of video installations and they are trippy. So it's a fun film and it's nice seeing Ian and it's nice seeing Caroline, but I think I got lost. I didn't fully get the point. And this is one of those things where I'm going to need another watch through and hopefully not be distracted and possibly hypnotized.
I think Ian's talent is undeniable. And
it is
in terms of filmmaking, his direction, the way the films looks, because this is made in I think it was made in lockdown, but
well, it would be,
yeah. And I really like, we're talking about some influences, but I kind of don't want to even say what
you'll give too much
the
away.
title character is or who is or whatever, but there's influences across the board. Even when a fridge is opened, you see references to Ghostbusters and the film Critters. But I was a little bit lost on the very beginning and where that went in terms of, I don't know, how do I describe this? The experimental part of it that I understood as experimental film. I did get a little bit lost, but Wally is when they're having their friendly moments between the two characters, I think it's some fantastic moments. There's some really nice references to The Exorcist with some of the silhouetting and they're playing together. I thought some of it was fantastic. Some of it is really quite disturbing as well.
It is.
I'm sitting here. I've got to say, Mike, before I forget, sorry to cut you off, but before I forget, when I looked at my dog the day after watching this film, I looked at her going, "What do you want to eat? What do you really want to eat?" I was like, "You want to eat dog food? That's fine by me. And if you get to see this film, then you'll understand what I'm talking about."
Yeah, yes. I thought I made a hilarious pandemic film with me on a toilet, but Ian had to top me. That's all I have to say. He had to one-up me on the toilet scenes.
There's actually a Stephen King reference in a book. Not a reference, but a Stephen King monster. I don't know if he understood where that was coming from, but I like how far he pushes things, and it is an experimental film in many ways. But yeah, technically excellent as always.
It is. I need to rewatch only because I was lost on the messaging. How about that? And I think in a way that's what experimental film is like, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's you have to really think and you have to go through it because you miss a lot the first time through.
Yeah. Caroline, like the stuff on camera with her, she's fantastic. She really is
amazing.
Great. Yeah. But yeah, Ian, we enjoyed your film.
Yeah,
we understood a bulk of it, and terrified, horrified.
Yeah.
and perfect for our audience.
And put it in a museum. Seriously, that's where it belongs, man.
Yeah.
Like I could so see it being a cool installation. Like really.
Oh my god.
With surround sound. Oh yeah.
I got some bacteria based wipes out after watching that, and I had to wash my hands a few times.
As an aside, I forgot the name of the board game, but have you seen the toilet / plunger / poop board game?
No.
Oh my god. I
have
was
to
at
find
Walmart
this.
and
If
then
I Google this, what's it gonna come up as?
Oh boy. So I was at Walmart and I was like, why is there like a toilet and a piece of poo in the kids like toy section? So I kind of picked up and had a look. Basically it's like a toilet, and there's a plunger that you're supposed to plunge the toilet with. So you put a piece of poop into the tank and close it, and then there's a die, and then you put it in a slot. So the toilet itself is kind of like a dice tower, and then you press the flush, you flush the toilet, the dice comes out of the toilet, and whatever number you get, that's the number of times you have to push the plunger into the toilet, and you just keep going until the poop flies out of the top of the tank, and then you lose.
Is it from
It's very
Hasbro?
I believe so, yes.
Gaming toilet trouble.
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Regardless, what? Why are you having kids play with a literal plastic piece of poo? I mean, weren't poop emojis enough? Now, I mean, at least those are cartoonish. This looks literally like a piece of poo.
Oh my god. And you rotate the toilet roll?
Is there a toilet roll?
There's a toilet roll on the side of the toilet?
Oh
My god.
Are there more than one toilet board? My search is so messed up today. Board game.
This has to go. The toilet, the other things we were talking about that are quite rude. That's not going in the search.
Oh no. No. Wow, there's two. So it's not Hasbro toilet trouble. It's Mattel Flush and Frenzy.
I'm sorry. I'll cut this. I'll shorten this. But I have to tell.
Flush and Frenzy.
Oh my god, Flush and Frenzy, love it.
Oh my god, I just saw another game by Hasbro called Don't Step in It. And
Why is that poo got such a big smile on the box?
I don't know. Now we're looking up poo games. Poo games, dick hands. Alex, let's just bring it back to Willy's Wonderland. That movie is not a piece of poo. It is a lot of fun. I highly recommend it.
What's the premise of Willy's Wonderland?
Nicolas Cage is a non-speaking badass dude who ends up in a Chuck E. Cheese-like place for reasons and has to fight off all of the animatronic things. Really, that's all you need to know.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. I will check.
And
it out.
it's Friday Night at Freddy's, but with Nick Cage, and it's nuts. It's just bonkers, and it's fun. Now, speaking of Nick Cage, I don't know if this is the last thing you want to talk about, but I am so excited for that new Nick Cage movie that's coming out about Nick Cage.
The unbearable weight of massive talent.
Yeah, there you go.
Nicolas Cage is going to play Dracula.
All I'm going to say is, can we get a movie that brings Keanu Reeves and Nick Cage together as vampires, please? I want to see Keanu put on a horrible British accent again, and Nicolas Cage just goes spastic.
Spastic means something else in the UK.
I apologize. Is that bad?
Listeners? Yeah, it's to do with disability.
I am so sorry, people from the UK. I cannot wait I want to see Nicolas Cage as a vampire,
being
a Tasmanian devil of chaos. There you go.
That's fine. You weren't to know. It's to do with a alteration in muscle tone affected by a medical condition.
Oh,
spasticity. So there used to be a very terrible thing kids would say to other kids, saying that you're spastic.
Oh, you're a spaz.
Yeah. So that's where that stems from.
I've heard of that phrase. Okay. Well, now, thank you. That's a good little PSA. Don't say spastic.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Oh my god, my Chrome My Chrome tabs are horrendous. Okay,
I
Nicolas
think we need
Cage.
to end this episode before
Yeah, I
our
think we'll end
wives
it up,
start
yeah.
wondering why all the Amazon suggestions are going to be like poop and penises and
Okay, so the unbearable weight of massive talent. I
yes.
know, and thankfully there was a horror connection with Nicolas Cage with the Renfield movie. That's his new Dracula movie.
Yep.
Nicolas Cage played Dracula. So a cash-strapped Nicolas Cage, which is relatively accurate because he's got massive tax bills, agrees to make a paid appearance at a billionaire superfan's birthday party, but is really an informant for the CIA since the billionaire fan is a drug kingpin and gets cast in a Tarantino movie. So,
Oh my.
so Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal, and Neil Patrick Harris. And I like all three of those. So yeah, that looks really interesting. Hopefully it's not a horror show, but that could be really, really interesting. And I am a big fan of Nicolas Cage. There's some crazy in him, but I like a lot of his roles. His Bad Lieutenant was fantastic, yeah, and I really like National Treasure. I know they're very cheesy films, but I really enjoy those.
Those are fun. Those are really fun films.
Yeah, so I think I'll leave it there, Michael.
Yes, please. I think we've done enough damage to our listeners today.
I'm gonna have a deep clean of my my tabs now, so I'm gonna close them all.
And now we'll know that the real Michael Chan has horrible searches on his search engine history.
Yeah.
And the doppelgangers will not. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. See you all later. Bye bye.
Take care. This has been another episode of the Hellbound Podcast, co-hosted by Alex Blackburn and Michael Chan. Editing and sound engineering are also by Alex Blackburn. A huge thank you goes out to our first ever intro special guest, Katisha Shaw. If you like what you heard today, please consider subscribing or following us on your preferred podcast app. And to keep up to date with our podcast, please follow us on Instagram at the Hellbound Podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and harness the darkness.